Okay, I'm still here. Let's see. How do I sound? Any better today? Paquito. Good day, Sister Jeannie and William and Denise and CJ. Today I should be able to get to your confessions, those who have sent them to me. Thank you. I was just, struggling a little bit. Good day, CW and Rebecca. How are you? Did have a good sweat, if you will, in the evening. So hopefully that's kicked the majority of it, excuse me, out of my chest anyway. That was concerning. So let's, we're going to go still a little bit easy. Free for all Friday, just give you an update on a couple of things and then get right into Mass. But let's start with the Good Day Rising prayers after a sip of water. Well, I need my glasses for that. In nomine Dei, matronam nostra, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Trinity, and in Catholic contemplation, humbly venerate the Divine Family. And it is January 3rd, 2025. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility. I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O most Holy Trinity, relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O most Holy Trinity, I love Thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because Thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of Thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Most Holy Trinity for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory, and for others. O most Holy Trinity, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. O Dei Matronam Nostrae, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most Holy Trinity, as envisioned by St. Lucia as the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all because they offend Thee, O Most Holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Very dry today. Okay, so I just wanted to first off say to all you men out there to man up with your faith. You're supposed to be the spiritual leaders of your family in the world. One example is my own, and that is, my wife was always the quote-unquote soulful one, okay? And she kept, everything together. And together we knew we had the faith. But as far as seeking the truth and leading in that direction, that was my role. And hers was to make sure that the family was taken care of. And can't say that I completely succeeded in that, but she did. And when I say I haven't completely succeeded, is because of the changes that were going on in the world. In the confusion and everything, it wasn't easy to find the truth in the world, if you will. So with perseverance and consistency in seeking, eventually I came to it, found it, and stuck to it. At this point, this is where we're at. So that's why I'm just thinking of some of the people out there and really encourage them to persevere. All right. In the beginning, I wanted it all handed to me. Tell me the truth. Tell me this. Tell me this. And I wanted all that. And I remember that. And I was distraught when it wasn't that clear and easy. And I can see that even with people come to us today. They want it all handed to us on a silver platter. They want the truth right there. But what I did learn is that discernment is an incredibly important process. And without it, the levels of understanding are not as good, not as deep, if you don't use discernment. And if you quit, obviously. So, especially when it gets hard or tough, okay? And this has been part of the problem with the society today, is they're making ingredients to go into our foods so that men are less of a man. We know that for a fact. So this is why it's very important to be very careful with what you eat and how you pray, and how you utilize the virtues. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing is, I just want to give a quick update on the IRS, which earlier in the week, for some reason I said, well, let me check my account. So I checked on the IRS online account, and for at least a month, there's been this notice up there of threat of levy, because I had past due balances from 21 and 2022. And which I was sending in the money orders, which they accepted the first one, but the ones after that, they did not. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the game here? And apparently they had clamped down on money orders. So I said, well, let's look into this a little bit deeper. And what I found was that it's all the terminology and how they want to perceive things. So that's what you have to do. So I found that bills of exchange get treated specially. So I did some research on bills of exchange. And I came across one. I mean, it's amazing how the Holy Trinity works. Out of one of my searches, I got this exact bill of exchange that I was looking for, because many are made out there in the world. International bills of exchange are used between foreign corporations in different countries, etc., to trade and whatnot. It's very common. But there was the one particular one I was looking for was for the IRS, and I found it. So I made out a bill of exchange, and I sent that in mid-December. And I sent it regular mail because one of the flags that they put on a potential frivolous submission is that it's usually sent certified mail. Okay, so, well, yeah, it's true. I don't need to send it certified. I know when they got it. I'm not going to be, usually you use certified mail if you're going to pursue legal action. I had no intention of that, so no bother. So, again, just this past week, I noticed the notice of levy gone. And then I noticed years 2021 and 2022 had the, instead of the amounts that were there for the last month, they had put the little information bar over the top of that saying that they were being processed. So that's where I'm at. There was also a notice about how they would update pretty much everything by January 20th due to computer updates and changes for 2025. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes. But that is promising because I didn't receive any kind of changes, if you will, when I sent in those other notes that they didn't process. I did send in the new returns, which they processed and then just charged and offset appropriately. But as far as the notes, there was no change. And again, this one that I just sent in was strictly just a payment on a bill that I got. So if you receive a bill, you can use a bill of exchange. That's what a bill is a bill of exchange. And since we don't have money in this world, pretty much, we're exchanging one form of currency for another. So we use a bill of exchange. When that's successful, I will give you more details. All right, so that's it for that, for Free for All Friday. And I'll try and get back to, God willing, my energy's coming back. And if I can get a nap in today, that would be great. And if I can remember to put my phone on airplane mode when I do that, that would be even better. All right. Hello, RM. Good to see you. Let's get started with the Most Holy Mass. One more sip of water. Deum Obiscum, Gokrapote. Oremus. O most Holy Trinity, relying on the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who liveth and reigneth with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum Hanc Immaculatum Hostium, quam ego in ninius famulus tuus offerit tibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro inimitabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiedat salutem. Deum cui humanae substantiae dignatam midibidit conditis midibidus reformasti de nobis spiritus atque et mini mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortes criminitatis nostrae fieri dignatis est patecaps Deum Iesum Christum Filium qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum debacantis clementium ut conspectu divinae maestatis tuae, pro nostra totis mundi salute cum odoris suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito, suscipiam orate Deum Iesum Christum, et sec fiat sacrificium nostrum et conspectu tu holiae ut placiat tibi Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite blata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas contemplationem tibia fenimus, amor passiones, resurrectiones et ascensiones Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostrae et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et idi pro nobis intercedere et in enterum caelis, quorum amorem agemus in telis penendum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meam quaestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat ab Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tuis, et laudam et gloriam nomini sui, ad utilitatem quoque nostram, totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, et quoque aparte, sursum corda, habenos a Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te icet clementesime matere patere Deum matram nostrae, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus appetimus, uti accepta habeas, et sanctificas, aec sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primis quae tibi afferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodire, honore et regere dignitas tot orbitedarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum Cathorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Katie, Gage, RM, Brad, Neil and Earl Lively, Marie Josephina Mose, Letitia, Mindy, Mark Jr., Henry, Barbara, and Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Amble Tink, the Cantu and Duarte families, Nicarla McLarnon and family, Sarah and Becky, Jenna and Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, Maria and the Line River family, the Cahill, Kendrick, Dasco, Nye, Tafour, Began, Wolf, and Kane families and all their intentions. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sede Vacantis Catholic Council office at Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, medium of exchange with no usury. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society and as faithful leaders of their family. We ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that women cease working for Freemasons and corporations, and that they come to understand the raising of traditional Catholic families is a very high ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society. And the prayers of the woman in the family are paramount. All these things we ask and more be accomplished according to thy most holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognit est, et noto devotio pro quibus tibi afferimus, vel qui tibi affront hoc sacrificium laudis proces uisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum pospe salutis et ego lamitatis suae. Tibique redunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et memorantes in premis gloriosae, semper Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium totum Papa Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego. Et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meditis praecibusque cancedas ut in omnibus, protectionis tuae monumer exidio per inum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus, consecratem acceptabilem quae fecere dignitis ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat didictissimi Filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum. Qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem sanctus aquanabilis manus suas. Et derivatis oculis in aelum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens. Consecravit fregi didique lumis sui dicens accipit et mandacat ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam cenemoni est accipiens hunc declarum caricem in sanctus ac venerabilis manus suas item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum consecravit dedique alumni sui dicens accipite et vivite ex eo omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, aequat escumque feceritis in memor fecetis. Unde et memores Deum nos servitui, sed plebs tua, sancta justem Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam beate personis, nec non et ben fedis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensionis offerimus, praeclarae majestate tuae de tuis donis ac datis, supra quae propitio ac sereno, ut tu respicere digneris, supplices te ragamus, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iube hic per Philippe manus tuum, ut quodquo, ex hoc autaris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem subsenimus, omni sanctificatione caeleste gratia Dei per amor per Deum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died, and we especially pray for Jim Dingman, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus in Christum quiscentibum locum refugieri lugis et pacis ut andora geste placama per Deum Christum Deum nostrum. Per quem haec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum matronum uno detenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria Ave Dea, matronam nostra, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Sanctam tuum in mulieribus, Dea matronam nostrae materam, Deum Iesum Christum misericordia nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quaesimus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum amonibus malis, praeteritis praesentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitius pacem mendibus nostris, ut ope misericordiae Tuae aduit hite peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per Ienem Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apotei. Haec mixtior consecratio, copris et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat ecipendibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apotei. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, qua prande Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam unum vivificasti. Libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitibus meis, et universis malis. Et fat me tue semper inhalare mandatis, et unum consabrare permittas. Qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnum aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego ingenius sumere, praesimo non mihi proveniat in idicium coronationem, sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi adjudimentum mentis et corporis et ad medelam, percipiendam qui vivis et reinas, cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem calestem accipiem, et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostre non sundinius, ut et suscitet meis in tante de verbus namaternam mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sundinius, ut et suscitet meis in tante de verbus namaternam mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sundinius, ut et suscitet meis in tante de verbus namaternam mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retrubum Deum Iesum Christum, pro omnibus quae retrubut mihi, calicem salutaris accipim et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvusero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Cordore sensimus. Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiamis et immunire tempora fiat nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum. Quod samse sanguis quem potave et heriat, quisceribus meis et praesta, ut in me non remaniat scelera macula quem purat sancta reficerum sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O most holy Trinity, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, ite missa est. Deum gratia. Placeat tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium corporis tuae majestatis in unus autoritibus et acceptable mique et omnibus, pro quibus illud autoris et miserante perpetuare per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Most Holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinity, Deum Matronam Nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Deum Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Part of the discernment process is really taking a claim and contemplating it and thinking about it, praying about it, and looking at it with regards to reason. And for example, like the person of Deum Matronam Nostrae, and when I say person, I mean real living being. Deum Matronam Nostrae is the third person or first person in the Trinity, in the Holy Trinity. Everybody wants proof. Well, the historical records are out of our reach, and it takes a lot of discernment. There's clues, and we have found some of them have been very good clues that we have found. But the discernment process is one more of just thinking about it, and then praying about it, and then coming to a conclusion. It just makes complete sense. Now, we also tend to give people in the past all sorts of credit, like they were so much smarter than we are today, or they have the ability to discern or know more than we do today. As far as education goes, that could be true, but education is just the ability to repeat what you've been taught. So it's the ability to discern which is most important. And over time, that doesn't change. So if you were taught incorrectly 2,000 years ago, just like we're being taught incorrectly now, we shouldn't put them up on pedestals. It's an example of their life that you want to look at and how they discern what they experience. All right, thank you for coming today. Please go and sanctify all those you meet. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care.